Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking at 10 negotiation tips that you can use if you are in the market for a used vehicle. So the first thing that you'd want to look at obviously is to do your research. For example, research the market value of the car that you are interested in. If the seller's price is higher, you can use this information to negotiate a better deal, right? So you obviously don't just wake up and go and buy the vehicle that you see like with the first offer. You basically have to plan for this, and planning means doing your research properly. And then the second thing, you need to set a budget. So for example, if you are determined to buy like a 200,000 rand vehicle, be firm about not exceeding that limit during negotiations. You know, guys, especially if you are buying a brand new vehicle, sometimes these dealerships or whoever is trying to sell you that vehicle, they can try and add a lot of extra things that you might actually not need, and your price could actually go much higher. So you have to stick to your budget regardless of what additions they are putting on, right? And then the third thing, obviously when negotiating, is you need to start low but reasonable. So let's say, for instance, you see the car that is listed for 250,000, and you can start your negotiating by offering 220,000 as a starting point, right? And then so the dealership would obviously maybe say maybe they can give you at 240 or at 230, and then you can also maybe move on to 230 and up until you find that sweet spot that both of you are happy. But remember also, as you are doing so, you must not exceed the budget that you have set for yourself. And then the next tip that you can use is use silence to your advantage. So after making an offer, remain silent and wait for the seller to respond. So in most cases, they will feel compelled to counter offer or lower the price. So it is something that a lot of people normally use in sales if they are about to close the deal. So you can also turn the tables, you know, and also do the same to the car dealership. You know, give them a price and just simply keep quiet and hear what they say. A lot of us, especially amongst us black people, we tend to be sympathetic and try to take their side and try and understand. In some cases, you just need to be blunt and just say your figure and keep quiet and wait for them to respond. And then the other tip that you can look at is point out flaws. So by flaws, we mean anything that is wrong or that is out of ordinary on the vehicle. You have to point those things out. So you can politely point out any minor issues that you notice on the vehicle's condition as reason for the price to be lowered, right? So in this case, you can say perhaps your tires are not in good condition, you need to buy new tires. And then if let's say, for instance, if the paint is peeling off, you can say maybe you need to respray the vehicle. And then let's say maybe if one of the mirrors is broken, and then you would say you need to replace it. And then if the seats are torn and are sort of like damaged, and then you can say you need to repair those seats and all that. Yeah, so if the lights or bulbs are not working properly, and then you just mention all those things that needs to be fixed, and then in most cases they would actually lower the price. And then the other tip that you can use is you can bundle the offers. So let's say you offer to buy additional services like your extended warranties or accessories if the seller is willing to lower the price, right? So initially maybe you would have agreed at 200,000, right? And then you start adding up things to say, okay, for 200,000, can you then maybe give me a new set of tires, right? And then can you also do the change of ownership for me at no extra cost, right? And then you say, can you get a full tank of fuel, you know? So those are some of the things that you can also add as well. And then like I said, that extended warranties, so you can also say, can you put me like a 2-year or a 5-year warranty for that price as well. And then so in this case, you are actually bundling the offer so that you get more out of the money that you are paying. And then tip number 7 is you should be willing to walk away. So for example, if the seller is unwilling to meet your desired price, be ready to walk away. This can sometimes prompt them to reconsider, right? So you are busy negotiating there, and then you see that they are not budging in terms of them reducing that price. Yeah, be prepared to walk away. Like if you are sitting down, stand up and start like moving. In most cases, they would react and try and work you a better offer. And then moving on to tip number 8, here you can express commitment that you actually want the vehicle. So let the seller know that you are serious about the purchase, but also have other options, implying that they need to offer you a competitive deal, right? So you are negotiating there, and then you simply tell them that, you know what, I really want this vehicle, so give me a better offer. Otherwise you go and check out other vehicles. And then the 9th thing is you can mention comparable listings. So for instance, you might need to refer to similar listings of vehicles at a lower price to support your negotiation and show that you've got options, right? So you are busy then negotiating with the person. You can show them different pictures of the same vehicle that you are negotiating for from different dealerships with different pricing. Most probably, hopefully, one which would be lower than the one they are offering, so that they can try at least match that price or give you something even much lower. And then the last tip that you can use is you can use timing to your advantage. So near the end of the month or the quarter, dealers may be more willing to negotiate to meet sales targets. So yeah, I've seen that this normally works, especially if you go like month end, where they are chasing and are trying to meet their targets. They are more willing to negotiate and to let those vehicles go. That's why you always see that a lot of vehicles, they go on promotions, especially towards month end and all that. So you can also pop in month end, and then you'll have a better chance of actually negotiating than if you go like at the beginning of the month, or if it is still like mid-month. So yeah guys, let me know which of the tips have you used before, or if you are in the market for a vehicle, which tip are you going to be using. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.